guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Megan MC. In case you are seeing me for the first time, in case you are stumbling on this channel by chance, welcome to the family. And in case you're a returning viewer or returning subscriber, thank you once again for stopping by today. I hope you learned something substantial today. In today's video, I'm going to kind of continue from where I stopped my last video. I'll be talking about the next steps to take after you successfully submit your applications to study in France through Campus France Etudes en France platform. So what do you have to do next? At what point do you get contacted to make payments? When do you get called for interviews? When do you begin to receive admissions from the school? What do you have to do? I'm going to be spilling the tea, putting you through all that. So if this sounds like something you're interested in watching, without further ado, let's get into the video. So just to give a quick summary before I delve into this video, in case someone is just watching me for the first time. In my previous video that I'm going to link up here, I talked about how to do your application yourself. You want to study in France, you are still back home, maybe in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Kenya, or wherever country you come from, you are still back home. How do you navigate the Campus France website? Where do you start your application from? So first thing that happens is the validation process. Campus France of your country needs to validate your application. They need to validate your documents. On your Campus France account, there's a section for personal details. There's another one for schools and whatnot. So they need to validate each section. So when you press submit, you can no longer edit your application or change a document or upload a new one. But do not panic. If there's any incomplete file, document, or something you didn't do well, Campus France is going to contact you, Campus France Nigeria, to rectify whatever the issue is. So maybe you uploaded your WAEC or NECO results without the scratch card that proves the authenticity of your documents. They will contact you and give you a deadline that, oh, you have until so day to provide the scratch card. Maybe you are supposed to translate a particular document because you are applying for French taught programs and you didn't translate your transcript, your certificates and everything. They could or will contact you to upload the translated documents before a deadline. If you cannot meet their deadline because whatnot, maybe your document is not ready, because I know some people are going to apply without having their transcripts, without having their certificates and whatnot. Maybe you've not gotten it from your school yet, you've requested, you still haven't received it, and you submitted your application. They would contact you to upload these documents. But if you are not able to get it before their deadline, you need to send them an email to let them know that you still do not have the documents that they are requesting, and that you won't be able to get it before that deadline that they gave to you. So in that situation, Campus France will determine if they want to give you some more time or if there's nothing they can do about it. But normally it shouldn't be that deep. So if everything is fine with your documents, everything is fine with your uploads, if everything is fine with your motivation letters and the schools and everything, Campus France will go ahead and validate your application. So you are going to get notified that your application has been validated. But do not just sit down and wait for their email. You can also constantly check your Etudes en France account just to see if there's a new development, if you have a notification or whatnot. So for everyone asking me, when do I get to pay and everything, do not bother about payment until your Campus France application has been validated. When they validate it that everything is on point, your documents are okay, doesn't mean you will get admission. They're just letting you know that your documents are okay and they're good to go. I feel like I should also say this at this point. There are many schools who are going to require a parallel admission. So aside uploading your documents on Etudes en France and applying for certain schools on Etudes en France, some schools would still want you to do an additional application. For these schools, there would be individual designated websites. The program would definitely let you know, like, oh, click on this place for you to do the parallel application. Some of them might contact you by email and let you know that, okay, this is how you should proceed with your additional application. But some of these schools also require application fee. This has nothing to do with Campus France. The Campus France fee is 50,000 naira for Nigerians. But these schools that require additional application procedure might also require extra fee. Could range from 90 to 150 euros. So you need to be prepared. But one thing I always encourage people to do is to send a message to the school that, oh, because of the exchange rate and situations of things and blah blah blah, like, could you get an application fee waiver? Could they just allow you to apply without paying the application fee, or could you get a discount on your application? Sometimes a closed mouth is a closed destiny. You don't know what you could benefit if you do not ask. So worst that could happen is that they will not reply you, or they just say, oh, sorry about that, if you do not have the money, then forget about our program. Those are the worst things that could happen. So you can just try your luck, ask for a waiver or ask for a discount, or if you have the money, just pay for the application fees. Without the additional application procedure, your application will not even be viewed. It would not be considered. Like, they would not even consider it. So if you cannot afford the application fees, the extra application fees for some of those schools, automatically just delete those programs in your mind, like you're not getting admission except a miracle happens. Also, one thing you should note is that the portal for the additional applications to some of these schools will not open until like early next year, like January, February. So exercise patience, just keep checking their portal to see when their own platform opens for you to send your parallel application. After your Etude en France application has been validated by Campus France Nigeria, the next thing is to proceed to payments. They will send you a mail to tell you that they have validated your application and you should make payments to a particular account number. I don't know, maybe they'll give you a deadline for the payment as well. When you make the payment, you need to download the receipt, because you need to take the transfer reference. It's like a long number. You need to copy it and go to your Etude en France account. There's a part there where you need to paste it before you can book an interview, because immediately you're getting the Campus France message that, oh, now you can proceed to payments. They will also tell you that you can also proceed to booking your interview. I'm not too sure if it's the same time you input the reference and your surname that you get to book appointment, or they take like some days to also like validate that and receive your payments, confirm receipts, and then you will then be ushered to book an interview. I think that's how it works. So just choose an interview date and validate that as well. Normally, when you validate that, you should get an automatic email that says, oh, you have just booked your appointment, blah, blah, blah. But if you do not get that mail, do not panic. Just make sure you screenshot your proof of booking of appointment and everything. And you can also reach out to Campus France Nigeria before your interview date. Next stage is for you to go for your interview. I already have a video on my channel talking about the Campus France interview, what to prepare and what the interview is like, possible questions that they will definitely ask you, and make sure you watch it up here. And yeah, I hope that video helps when you get to the interview stage. So just for those that would be wondering, if you are applying for programs taught in English, your interview with Campus France Nigeria would be in English. If you're applying for programs taught in French, your interview would be in French. If you are mixing it, some in English, some in French, or you are going to be taught in both languages, your interview might also be mixed. This interview is very important because Campus France recommendation, or Campus France, they would note down as you're speaking, and as they're asking you questions, they will take points and they will definitely give feedback to the school on how you performed during the interview. If I'm not mistaken, like from after New Year, January, February, you should be able to go for your interview within that period. For you to start getting responses from the school, you have to wait till like March, April, May. That's the period where acceptance, rejection start popping in. If you apply to 6 schools and the very first school that gives you a response grants you admission, you can still chill. Instead of accepting the admission with so much enthusiasm, you can still chill for you to get responses from the other schools, and you can look at how many admissions you have. If you have more than 2, can decide on which one you want to choose, which one you're not choosing. If you have just 1 admission, in that situation, if you like the program, like the school, you just have no choice than to choose that one. I always advise people to wait till they get their responses, except the last response is not coming in and you need to like move to the next stage ASAP, because some schools, they're going to reject you. They know they are rejecting you, but they won't reply you until like July, August, like to give you a rejection. So if you are waiting, if you already have an admission before like July, and you like the school, you feel you can afford it and everything, just go with it rather than waiting till like August. Resumption is September, so you need to, there's still like a long process, right? There's still something else, like the old visa thing is a old thing on its own. So once you get the positive response and you want to accept the admission, you click on accept offer. I already have a video on my channel on how to accept your admission. Make sure you watch that video. I'll link it up here. Immediately you accept your admission, you should get your automatic Campus Campus France admission letter. But I think last year there was a bug, so many people didn't get it like immediately, like I said in my video. So it might be the same for this year. Campus France decided to give people the admission letters after their second interview. So I don't know if it's been fixed or if that's the new normal. So it depends on what this year brings you. After accepting the admission, it's possible the school contacts you even before accepting the admission. Yeah, I missed this out. After your first Campus France interview, it's possible that the school contacts you again for their own interview with you, like a distance interview, because they want to meet you, they want to speak with you, they want to just have a conversation with you to know if you are someone that they are capable of having in their program. It's not like they don't trust Campus France interview, they just want to have a one-on-one interview with you again. So you need to prepare for that one with all your life. Literally. Next thing is to begin visa shenanigans. Normally what happens is that you download the admission letter as soon as you accept your admission, and then next thing is that you get a message from Campus France that, oh, you've accepted an admission from University of so. You can now proceed to book pre-visa interview. So the pre-visa interview is free, you don't need to pay for it again. So you also book the pre-visa interview on the Etude of Homes account that you already created. The pre-visa interview is to help you check your documents, see that you have everything, and assist you just for you to know what to take to the embassy. To travel to France, in case you don't know, you're not going to have a physical interview at the embassy where someone is going to tell me reason why you are going to come back, all those type of things, and they'll give you a stamp or not. All those things is not going to happen for the only interview you need to prepare for is the Campus France second interview. That's the pre-visa interview. Normally they'll give you a list of documents that you should come with: your proof of funds, your visa motivation letter, that's different from all the ones you were writing to the school, your application form. I already have a video on how to fill your French visa application form, your proof of accommodation in France. It's the most tedious part of getting the visa, getting accommodation in France. I don't want to scare you. Campus France is going to tell you the documents to bring for your pre-visa interview. They'll tell you what's correct and everything. And when that's done, you can go and book your appointment for the embassy. Another thing I think I should clarify is that if you are using Campus France Abuja, you are going to be going to Embassy of France directly to drop your documents. But if you are using Campus France Lagos, you are going to be going to VLS or TLS. It's a third-party organization or agency that gets the documents from candidates and sends them to the different embassies. I don't know why, but that exists for Lagos. Whether embassy directly or VFS, they're not going to look at the way you're dressed or like ask you questions about why they should choose you. No one is going to ask you questions. You're literally going to do your thumbprints, you're going to do your biometrics, submit your documents and leave. That's all you're doing. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. I hope this video has given you an insight to a good extent what to expect down the line after your application is done and how the whole process goes. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click the like button. That's the thumbs up. Share this video. Leave your comments below if you have questions. I reply faster on YouTube, but you can as well reach me on my social media. I am Mide Nancy. You can join my Telegram community where there are many people like you trying to apply and help one another through the process. So do not hesitate to also share this video with those who you think might benefit from it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.